Uyazing Betty Mali, Saso Figa Gada, Baby Unga Hambi.
I guess it's good evening,
Viva Ronaldo.
good morning, good afternoon, all those things, and welcome to another episode of Nothing But Football. We talk nothing but football. Maybe we joke about, people's lives, the footballers' lives, whatever misdemeanor, offenses they find themselves in, as we spoke about last week. If you want to catch that, give it a watch. There's a whole playlist. You can watch our new episodes. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, welcome. Thank you very much for joining us. How are you guys doing, man?
Viva Ronaldo.
Oh, is that what you've been shouting?
He runs on the wing. Here United sing. Viva Ronaldo.
I blocked you out for a little bit. I didn't know what you were saying. But how are you doing, brother? Let me start with that. Introducing this fellow brother. His name is Uncle Lukosa. King Don Father, as you sometimes like. Yes. How's the week been, man?
The week's been alright. Yeah, good football, good news. Luckily, I had a decent week, so yeah, I'm good.
I'm sure you're very chuffed. You're very chuffed with seeing your boy have his dream debut.
Oh boy.
But on my further right, I've got Uncle Curtis. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. It was a good weekend.
Yeah, man.
Didn't watch football again. I have to take care of my mental health.
Even Norwich.
I'm not watching football, though.
Sure.
We finally
I'm here
registered.
to give what's the word?
Unbiased.
Uninformed opinions on football this week.
Sure.
But what I can tell you, I got a beauty tip for y'all niggas. I'm back. Since I'm not watching football. Over the weekend, I went to go get myself a manicure. Nails looking fresh. And I get the manicure, they buffed it up nicely, cleaned it up a bit, got rid of the calluses from the gym over here.
Oh boy.
And then they bought me myself some cuticle oil just to put every night before I go to bed. Now, look at this. Tell me these nails are beautiful. Nigga.
Shining.
Look at this nigga.
Shining.
That's good.
Manicure once every 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah.
Lady will just look at your nails and be like, oh, so beautiful.
Hey.
The light will be shining in the club off your nails actually takes your phone number. So she'll be so confused, dazed from these fingers.
As in what's
She'll
going
be
on
confused and dazed by these things.
Construction workers' fingers versus these fingers. Come on, my gents. Let's do this.
But I think, as usual, we'll start off with
How was your week, Tom?
the norms. It was fine.
Oh, really?
Arsenal won.
Oh, yeah.
Recorded the first victory of the
Season.
season.
League season, yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's impressive. We recorded the highest shots tally since we played Man United, I think 3 years ago.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah. It
You
was
know, we only do that against small teams, so makes sense.
Oh no, that was when you guys were going through the most.
Yeah.
Una Emery time even.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the most shots since a Man United game.
We've hit the pits.
Yeah.
We've hit the pits.
No, because it was 30 shots. Normally we
snap.
Yes. Normally we take clinical shots.
Who won that game? Who won that game?
I think we probably did.
Okay.
Una Emery
You never know.
Una Emery
Sometimes
never
you
lost to United.
Sometimes you have 30 shots because you're chasing a result.
We still haven't lost to United over the past couple of years.
But right now we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know though.
We don't know what's gonna happen. But I think let's get right into the nitty-gritties. We'll start with the first fixture of match week. Match day 4?
4, yeah.
Yes, it's match day 4. We've gone quite a while. So that was a game between Tottenham and Crystal Palace. And that was a surprising result. That ended up being 3-0. Nothing says welcome back from international break like a result like this. It was 3-0 for Crystal Palace. It was a penalty from Zaha and then a brace from the new signing, Ozdan Edouard. With a Jafet Tanganga red card. Screw you, you asshole. let's just get into it straight away. Uncle Lukusa, how do you break down that result? Let's not even break down that result. Like, look at the game and tell me what you thought.
So good work by Palace. Obviously, again, the red card changed the game. It's 0-0. That red card's in the first half, isn't it? Two yellows, second yellow in the second
it's in the second half, 58th minute.
In the 58th minute. But anyway, it's 0-0 up until the red card.
Yeah.
It's 2 yellow cards. The second yellow card is harsh. I can see why he's given it, why he gets it. He goes in for the tackle. He goes in for the tackle, sort of misses with the tackle, and then the guy sort of falls into him and falls over him. So it's still contact.
Yeah.
It's probably still a card. But it's harsh for a second yellow card to be sent off with. But anyway, sort of no complaints from there. And then obviously 10 men down away from home. They held out all right, but Crystal Palace was playing well. Obviously the penalty goes in, and then you're chasing to try and get a 1-1 and a couple goals off the counter attack. So good performance by Crystal Palace. Like I said last week about Spurs, I wasn't thrilled. So I thought a bad result was around the corner for them.
Did Harry Kane play last week for Spurs?
He played. Yeah. He played this week.
Yeah, he played this week. So he's played 2 games.
Yeah.
Has he got a shot? Oh, he didn't play last week. Yeah, did he get a shot on target in this last week?
If memory serves me correct, he played last week. Let me just check. It was against Watford. That was only a goal from Son. That lucky free kick goal. But as far as I remember, he wasn't really active. I think, wasn't that the time where they said it's the first time he didn't have a touch in the box ever?
Guys, if I remember during off season, I was like, you never know when a striker's luck might end and they stop scoring goals. If it ends right here, I'm gonna hold this for life. I'll be in our 60s. We'll be talking football, and I'll be, I remember 2021 when I told you Harry Kane could stop scoring. That's what I'm gonna talk about. But either way, let's talk to Patrick Vieira. Never ever lost to Spurs, whether as a player or a manager. Shout out to the former Arsenal boy over there. The guy from Celtic, 5 minutes, 2 goals. This is how terrible English strikers are, because we can take strikers from Scotland and they make an impact compared to Chris Wood at Burnley. So it was a decent result, decent performance. Crystal Palace up to 5 points in the season. Lost 1, drawn 2, I think. I forget what it is. Or drawn 2.
That's about right. This was their first win, yeah.
Yeah, so Patrick Vieira might have a decent season. He might keep them up. I hope he does better than Roy Hodgson. Young manager, talented. Let's see what he can do. If he can get them into the Europa League places, I'll be very happy, because he does have Europa League experience. Yeah. So shout out to Patrick Vieira, former Arsenal boy.
Worldwide. They've now climbed up to 11th place, so that's decent from them.
Top half season is a stellar season for him. Because I don't think,
considering
he just has to stay in the league.
Considering where Roy Hodgson was taking them, that's pretty impressive for me as well.
Especially with all the players they lost at the beginning of the season as well.
From my side, I think I must agree with you actually, Uncle Curtis. Not about Tottenham, playing badly, but I just think Tottenham looked better without Harry Kane in the beginning of the season. And now that he's back, things just look awkward. Maybe it's because he doesn't have his partner, Son. Things would have gone a lot better.
Son didn't play.
Yeah, Son didn't play. So maybe that would have changed things. But also I attribute that loss as well to the coach deciding to start their new signing, Emerson Royale, with barely any, physical training. I mean, he did come on deadline day, but obviously there's still the procedure of getting him in. But they just threw him in there, and the back. Well, this is a shifted back four, so it kind of confused the side. So maybe we can look at that, because many a time while I was watching that game, I noticed that Tanganga would end up having to be the one defending Wilfred Zaha on the right wing.
Oh, nobody wants that job.
Yeah. So Zaha got in his head. Even with the first yellow card, it was because of the scuffle. He got in his head. And then the second yellow was just, it was going to happen at some point. But I think I'd hold that to the putting in the new signing so quickly, you know.
Yeah.
Although many teams did that, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being harsh on that, or trying to look for a reason to, you know, put the loss on something. But credit to Crystal Palace, anyways. Yeah, but I think we can just move on from there. Let's not spend too much time on Tottenham. And then the next fixture of the day was Arsenal versus Norwich. And that was 1-0 to the Arsenal. First win of the season. Uncle Curtis, let's start with you, the Arsenal supporter. How do you look at that result, and, you know, what does that tell you about this reborn Arsenal?
First of all, there's a famous Wenger quote: when you're on a losing streak, you just need to win a game. It doesn't matter how, 1 or 2 goals, just to get the confidence back in. If we drew or lost that game, I would have given Arteta another 2-3 games. Because even that 1-0 scoreline doesn't sound too great. What, it takes our goal difference from -9 to -8. We still have a long way to go to be to look like we're a decent team, right? That means for the next 4 or 5 games, we're probably going to be on a minus goal difference. It's not looking good. Off the bottom, can't fall into the bottom, especially since Everton won yesterday. So I'm not complaining. It's a win. Abu scored. Pepe looked decent from what I saw. It's still, we don't create enough chances for our strikers, man. It's the system. The problem is always going to be the system, the way he wants to play. But I like the new right back.
Yeah.
Looks semi-decent.
He's got
Looks
balls.
semi-decent. Who else was playing? Left back, Thierry Newey, solid. Gabriel and
Ben White
looked like a decent partnership.
Brilliant partnership. Yeah.
You know, when I normally watch highlights of football games against Arsenal, and I see the amount of chances the other team had, I don't think Norwich had many chances from what I can remember. So I'm happy about that. Now we just need to create chances. So if it's against Norwich, but if the Gabriel and Ben White partnership works out the way Arteta wants to work out and the way it looked like in that game, I'm happy.
And I look at this game and I think to myself, Ramsdale had his debut and he looked solid at the back.
Yeah, we need to drop Lennon as well, because he was letting in some stupid goals near posts.
So Ramsdale plays on his, passes the ball well and that kind of thing. Was he looking good from that perspective, or saves? Or what?
Yeah, he looked good from that point of view, basically controlling the guys, being very vocal, you know.
And Maitland-Niles played in midfield.
Yes,
he played midfield to move to right back.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm not even complaining, because even in midfield it was Niles and Lukonga. I don't expect Niles to play every game of the day.
To tell you the truth, for me, when I watch Niles play in the middle, he holds on to the ball for too long.
Okay.
So it looks like he's trying to prove himself. As in, instead of just, playing your role.
Pass move.
Yes, just pass and move. But, he tries to do the extraordinary. But once he got moved to right back, it looked more natural.
Okay.
So maybe it's because he's used to playing that side. But for me, I think he's underestimating his impact from the right back position. He has more than in the middle.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Angulugusa, any thoughts from that game?
I think Arsenal just had to get a win. Like honestly, you don't want that sort of thing to rumble on for too long. I didn't watch the game. I saw the goal. Look, it's a you'll take it.
Yeah.
in that situation, goal. 3 losses, 3 games, you'll take it. So it's good for them to get the result on. Look, it's Norwich. I'll be surprised if Norwich stays up. But obviously from here, Arsenal's got a decent run of games. So take the confidence from it and take it from there. But I mean, again, it's Norwich, so I'm not going to wax lyrical or anything like that from the result. But somebody has to get it. You need those 3 points. They all add up at the end of the season.
I think for me, one last mention, Thomas Partey was brilliant when he came on. The general that we needed. Even though it's Norwich, but we've watched...
Yeah, you have to win it.
Yes, we watched us get dismantled in the middle when we played against Brentford. There's some sort of control now, so you got to look back and actually just give the guy credit. So
at Arsenal's best last season, from what I saw at Arsenal's best last season, they were quite physical.
Yeah,
and there's just the physical guys that were out at the start of the season, Gabriel, Partier, all those kind of things. So when they bring their physicality back, let's see.
The so-called enforcers, when they come back, that will change everything. Then we look at another fixture from Saturday. That's the Manchester United versus Newcastle.
Viva Ronaldo.
That was at Old Trafford.
Viva Ronaldo.
That ended 4-1.
On the win. Yeah, United.
With a brace for Ronaldo.
I feel like
Bruno
the keeper gave him
Fernandes.
those goals, man. The keeper gave Ronaldo those goals through the legs and stuff. Jesus.
Nah, listen. You got to give him.
No, he scored, but the keeper was weak. He was in awe of the Ronaldo fame.
Yeah, maybe he was. Maybe there was some sort of fear. But I look at the first goal when Greenwood took the shot and the goalkeeper just fumbled it.
See, again. That's what I'm saying, man. Yeah. First one, goalkeeper fumbled. Good reactions from Ronaldo. Can't blame him for that. Right. Second one, through the legs.
Second one is a fantastic finish.
He's done that to many world-class goalkeepers.
What's the name of the keeper that played for the other team? Is he English?
For Newcastle, it must be Darlow.
No, it's Woodman, sorry.
Yeah, it was terrible because English keepers are terrible. Name me one good English keeper. I can wait.
Johnston had a great season. I'm not going to say Pickford because he's two different guys.
You see, the
Everton
England number one is Pickford.
But that's what I'm saying. Everton, Pickford, and
hey, Ronaldo played well.
hey,
I agree with you.
They were giving them goals, dog. They were giving them tap-ins.
Angulukusa, any thoughts about that game? Break it down for us, man.
Yeah, it was a decent game. So obviously the hype was around Ronaldo being in the starting lineup. So decent game from the start. Look, United moved the ball slowly side to side. First half wasn't that exciting, but United sort of had control.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's first goal is just before half time. Like you said, Greenwood takes that boy strikes the ball so well, but the goalkeeper couldn't hold it. Reactions from the Ronaldo goal. Newcastle takes the game to 1-1. Immediately United comes back a couple of minutes later. Good pass from Shaw. Great first touch by Ronaldo. Goal. Fantastic goal by Bruno. Good shot outside the box and a goal from Messi Lingard. So happiness there. I think it was a really feel good factor. Decent performance. I think the performance could have been better, honestly.
Clean sheet.
But I'll take it. Yeah, but I'll take it. Good game. Good performance.
Uncle Curtis, any thoughts?
Yeah, you heard my thoughts, man. They gave Ronaldo easy goals. I don't know what that keeper was doing. But otherwise, solid performance, man. Like, it's Newcastle. They got 1 point so far this season. If United didn't win that with Ronaldo, they were nowhere close to title challenging teams. So, the key games I want to watch Ronaldo in is against Man City, against Liverpool, against Chelsea. Those are the key games to see how far off United are from the other teams. I know they finished second last season, but Liverpool are going to come back
14
strong.
Points away from City.
But Liverpool are going to come back strong because they had many injuries. Chelsea had their issues because they hired Frank Lampard for half a season, right? And then they got Lukaku to bolster up the team. And Chelsea are European defending champions. So as much as Man United finished second last season, in terms of overall squad, you couldn't say they were the second best team in England. They deserve to finish where they're finishing, but let's see what happens when all the other full-strength teams are available, and then take it from there.
I look at this result and I think to myself, as great as this performance was for Ronaldo, I mean, I was watching it. It was a beautiful sight to see Ronaldo do a celebration at Old Trafford. It gave me goosebumps. I won't lie. Let me not act fresh. It gave me goosebumps. But then, you start to look at some of these performances that the team's having, and you think to yourself, and I've said this before, I don't think United have what it takes as
to win
of
the
yet.
title.
Yes, the CDM for me is a big hole.
100%.
That goal that Newcastle scored, they ran you guys like it looked. You guys were just lost.
Yeah,
you were lost.
Yeah.
There was no one there who kind of gave you,
Yeah.
You guys were just you had you had
Momentum.
you had Newcastle, on the back, like on the backs facing the wall. So I wondered to myself, like, if you guys find yourself against a team who might give a little bit of resistance, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, can't take it away from you guys. You won, man.
Okay. And interestingly enough, to me, is Ronaldo going to be the main striker of the season? Is he going
Most
to play?
likely, yeah.
Up? I think he loses a lot if he's playing as the main striker, if he's not running at players. So I want to see him against.
You lose a lot from having Ronaldo.
I think he loses a lot as a player.
Ronaldo loses. What do you mean?
Like in terms of attacking wise, running at players. When you guys don't have the ball, if he's up top, he's going to be isolated against better teams, against Liverpool. If he's up top, isolated, and he's not on the wing running at somebody to push Trent back.
Yeah.
Instead of, he's going to be there, one man, and then Trent is going to be bombing forward. But Liverpool's midfield is so hectic. So that'll be interesting to see. I want to see what other roles they're going to play Ronaldo in to see how it works. Because cool, he scored the 2 goals now, but it's Newcastle. But Ronaldo up top when he has to play against big Van Dijk and so forth, and then a greater midfield where they can isolate him to be alone. It will be very interesting to see how Oli adjusts that tactically wise.
Yeah. Look. I think I think that's a good point. But there's a lot of question marks like this, obviously because of Ronaldo's age or whatever. Because the Euros was there, he was top scorer in the Euros. He scored more goals than Lukaku in Serie A or whatever. He's 36. He might not or whatever, but I just when I hear that conversation, I'm like, this is the top scorer in football history. The competition just now, he was top scorer of. The last one he was top scorer of. Like, what do we match this guy against?
Just walked into.
I get you, but for Portugal he plays as the striker, or not? But at Juventus he didn't play as the main striker.
Yeah, he didn't want to.
Yeah, you see, so I'm saying it just might change things because even in Portugal, he was top goal scorer, but it didn't work out for Portugal in the long run.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I think this is a little bit harsh to judge him that way, because there were moments where he didn't get the ball as much.
But you see,
he doesn't really push up with the ball as much as you think. I think I only saw him do that like a couple of times.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's the role that he's playing. He won't have the ball as much, so he won't be able to push up as much. I'm not saying it's a thing against him.
Oh, so you're saying things will change now?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not saying it's a thing against him as a player that he's lost anything or anything like that. I'm just saying, tactically, if he's isolated like that against bigger teams, will it be to his advantage? Because cool, when he's in that position now, he'll score against Newcastle. Newcastle don't have a great midfield. Against a team that has a great midfield and they isolate him, and now he has to drop down to the wing. Who's going to fill the void when he goes to the wing to get space? Who's going to overlap? Is there somebody intelligent enough to do that in Man United at this current moment in time? And that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Because I'm not saying that, no, he can't play on the wing, he won't be able to cope.
To tell you the
I
truth,
think he can.
I would have shouted Bruno Fernandes, but he doesn't do that. That partnership is not a solid one as of yet, because they don't have a great partnership in Portugal. Hopefully, they'll have a good one, in club level, and it'll resonate up to, to international. But right now, anything goes, really.
In essence, what I'm trying to say is, where's his Benzema, Ronaldo, in that United squad?
Someone who can take the pressure away.
So look. I think that's a very good question, right? Because Ronaldo in that game, for me, he played well. In the sense that when he came, Ronaldo's not a back to goal striker. He's sort of never been. I mean, he comes deep, he was playing the ball well, keeping the ball moving. Probably has less touches in the game than when he was younger. I think that's sort of obvious. He's older. But yeah, I think it's interesting to see when you say like where's his Benzema, that's where like the likes of Rashford, Sancho, Greenwood and whatever need to step up.
Yeah.
And that's obviously what we need to see.
Yeah, and to be a Benzema, you have to be very selfless and very clinical. So it'll be interesting.
Or just focus on trophies.
But I'm just saying, like, even when you look at Benzema, like his Madrid career, when you look at it overall, that man has a lot of assists, a lot of goals, even though he played with Ronaldo. And he still was very selfless to give those chances away.
Yeah.
I don't see that from Rashford. I'm not going to judge Greenwood. He's too young. Sancho just came, but who else?
We don't know what will happen.
Maybe him and Cavani can be a good partnership with Cavani's movement. Cavani is a bit back to goal. That might work as well. So we might see a 4-4-2 as well. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's a very interesting story.
I think there's options.
They have options. I'm scared of United now. They have options. They
This
have
Man
options.
United side, for me, to tell you the truth, I think is going to be a very nice story. I think you guys will. You might not win the league, but something.
I'll take a League Cup. and
Something
top
has
four.
to happen. Yeah,
I'll
something
take a League
has to
Cup
happen.
and top 4.
We'll just move on to one fixture. Not really gonna touch on much. I'll move on to the Southampton versus the West Ham. That was a 0-0 draw. The one thing I wanted to touch on actually is the Mikel Antonio red card. I don't know if you guys saw that, but
Explain it to me. I didn't see it.
essentially it was Mikel Antonio going for the ball. It was one of those studs up tackles, but his leg was really high.
When you say high, like
Where does
if this
he
is the ground,
kick the
where
opponent?
does he kick the opponent? This is the,
He doesn't make contact with him.
Oh, sure.
but
yes.
where would the estimated contact be?
Like high shin.
Yeah, probably about the knee area.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
high.
Okay, that's
Very
high.
But okay, it was a second yellow card. But from that point of view, I wanted to ask, like, because with one game, it was given where a player had some high stats like that, and then I was watching yesterday's game with the Burnley versus Everton, where Tarkowski went in, even though his wasn't as high. He went in low and made full contact with Richarlison. And there was no yellow card. Yeah, sharp. This was I'm not saying that Mikel Antonio was a straight red. It was second yellow. But what do you guys think of that in terms of match officiating? Like, it seems as though many teams are getting away with it and others aren't.
Referees need to go for unconscious bias training.
Yes. I also look at the Liverpool versus Leeds game. Harvey Elliott got his leg broken. When the tackle first went, the ref said, "No, that's fine." And then only when Harvey Elliott's, lifeless leg was floating in the air, was it like, oh, okay,
No,
this has to be a red card. So let me ask you, Uncle Lumbus.
Look, I didn't see the Mikel Antonio one. So I can't really comment too much there. But I think there has been some stronger tackles this season, and I like it. I mean, in terms of the fact that the game is being allowed to flow a little bit more. I think you're allowed to be aggressive. I think fouls are called a foul for a reason. You won't always get it right.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want the players to be going overboard and injuring each other. But like you say, the Burnley incident. I look at it and I'm like, that's not a great tackle. It should have been a yellow card. But that's it for me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you change your mind if he breaks his ankle?
Hey, no.
Even though it's studs over the ball, breaks ankle.
No, because
it's not high
I
off the
don't
ground.
believe it studs off the ball.
But I'm saying it's not high off the ground, but if he makes contact on his ankle is fucked.
So I think you can't judge a tackle by whether somebody else gets hurt. You have to judge the tackle by the merits of the tackle. Because sometimes you'll have a good tackle and somebody will get hurt. Should you get booked or sent off for that too?
That's what happened with
Harvey Elliott.
Harvey Elliott.
Yeah. Look, I don't agree with that one. I don't agree with that one because if it's seen as a good tackle and it's an unfortunate injury.
I just think it wasn't a good tackle either.
Yeah, I don't think it was a good tackle, but if the referee saying nothing happened there or whatever. But he came back and gave the card. So that's,
No, I'm saying even the Burnley one, I don't think it was a good tackle. I think you're just from Congo and y'all niggas are hard out there, man.
No, Burnley one I say is a yellow card. It's a foul. It's not a good tackle. It's a foul. It should be a yellow card. I'm just saying that's it. I don't think it goes to a red for me.
I think it's... If it was given a red, I wouldn't complain.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you see the West Ham one?
No, I didn't see that one. You think I don't watch football? You think I'm watching...
All I'm saying is in the Manchester City game, when Xhaka went up with studs out, barely made contact, and the player flipped, he got a red card, straight red.
I agree with the Chaka red card. It was 2 feet off the ground.
It was more like this.
Yeah, with 2 feet off the ground.
But one following at the back.
Like, you know what? I need to review that tackle.
Yeah, I think
continue, guys. Continue chatting.
Review that one. Because to tell you the truth, I watched that one. And I find that tackle to be quite similar to Mikel Antonio's tackle, where it was like Antonio's legs were like this, but he didn't make
both
contact.
off the ground also.
Yes, he didn't make contact. but it was because of the intent. He got a yellow card.
Oh, okay.
But with Chaka, they said, nah, you had evil intent. Let's take you, even though you just basically, you had a knife.
So let me ask you Arsenal fans a question this, right? So the Chaka one didn't work out, now. Does that now become the standard of everything for you, like post that point? Can't that be the mistake and then we move on?
They didn't admit it was a mistake. They said it was the right decision.
Yes.
Okay, no, I'm saying for you guys as fans.
Yeah. It can be a mistake.
Because now everything comes to compared to Chaka. Then if Chaka was a red card, everything's a red card. Why can't Chaka be the mistake for that weekend?
My thing is, if it's appealed and they say, okay, Sharp, you know what? Maybe, the red card was a harsh. Maybe you can just go for one game or whatever. If they say that, then it's fine. But they said, nah. How many games is Shaka banned for?
3, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, it was dangerous play, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, dangerous plays, 3 games.
And he barely made contact. Same weekend where one of your players, who was it?
Pogba.
It was Pogba with the same type of tackle where nothing happened to him.
Well, I don't agree it's the same, but...
Yeah, Sharp, you say that it was just 1 foot up instead of both feet up.
Yeah.
But we saw many challenges this week. Now they're saying it's a yellow card.
I hear you out. My question is only saying, like, why do we always refer back to where Arsenal was wronged?
No, because
like, everyone's getting wrong. We're seeing the mistake in a Burnley game. We're seeing whatever in
the
mistake is it's not being given. If it's a mistake where the guy was harshly judged, I was gonna say, you know what? At least we're seeing this judgment is harsh everywhere. It's not harsh to just some certain teams. So, I'm not saying that, it'll make me, breathe a little bit better, but essentially I am saying that.
I get you.
Yeah, if I see another red card incident where it's unfair, I'll probably even sympathize. If it's a similar situation as Chaka, I'll even say nah.
Leeds is red card? Deserved or not, in your opinion?
To tell you the truth,
when I saw it in real time, I thought it was harsh.
To tell you the truth, it would have just been a yellow card.
If it wasn't a broken leg.
It's just those unwritten rules where it's like, okay, it's a break, bruh. You gotta go. Okay. Same as when Son broke Gomez's leg, I think.
Sure, yeah.
Was it like last season? Last season. When he broke it. And Son was shocked.
Yeah.
But he knew, like, dude, it's a leg break. You gotta go, bruh.
You're out.
They'd be encouraging some messed up things if they let it go.
Fair enough.
So hence why I say I understand where it came from.
I get you.
Yes. But I think let's move on to...
A lot of fantasy managers were crying at that Antonio red card, huh?
Yo, bruh. And that was such a pointless red card, bruh. Towards the end of the game, bruh. I was like, you idiot. But yeah, let's move on to...
And that was a very dull game.
Very dull game, yeah.
I didn't even watch.
Now I watched it. I watched like bits of it. I was channel hopping, but it was a very dull game. You're right. Then let's check out Leicester City versus Manchester City. Not really gonna go much into that because that was just a 1-0 to Manchester City. Funny enough, when I watched that game, it looked like Leicester was in it to win it. Yeah. James Maddison just came back. They're showing us their new and improved back four with Vestergaard in it, Castañers playing on the right, and Ryan Bertrand, I think, got his first start in the league. City did City things. They still had the same, position. It looks like they're opting for Ferran Torres to go up front, and then it looks like him and Gabriel Jesus will just interchange.
Yeah.
But Grealish seems like he's solid on the left there.
Yeah.
You spend 100 million, you better start every game, man.
Yeah.
But it's Pep, so let me not say anything either.
No, fair point. Logosa, let me ask you. Any thoughts on that game?
I think kudos to City. I think City win so much, their wins get diluted.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, if they win a game, you sort of want to see how they won the game. So I think just first and foremost to City, I mean, that's 3 wins in a row. That's 11 goals. That's, momentum. I mean, that is still, the lineup is still, look, Ferran Torres, I think, is going to do very well for them up front this season.
Absolutely.
Because as much as we're saying they don't have a striker, I like what he does for them. Like, i.e., he just runs the channels. He knows 9 times out of 10 he won't get the ball, but he stops this defender from getting closer to where the pass is coming from. So I like that. From a City perspective, they didn't have a number 9 last season. They have a solution for it now.
Yeah.
So to me, I still think they're showing us once again that, hey, listen, this is our league. You win the league if you finish on top of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or there's a high chance, you know what I mean?
Uncle Curtis, any thoughts on the game?
It's Man City, man. You know how I feel about Man City football. Doesn't excite me.
No, fair point.
It doesn't excite me. Like, even when Lucas was busy talking, he runs the channel. He knows he's not going to get the ball 9 times out of 10. What in the heskey is this? I don't care about that. Like, I need my strikers to dazzle me, though. Dazzle me. And I know they beat Arsenal 5-0. They beat Norwich 5-0. But those were 2 terrible teams.
Yeah. Well, teams competing for bottom of the table.
You know what killed me, right? Those shots of the Arsenal fans in that game singing what? You're not special. We lose every week.
So you see, that's what I'm trying to get at. But
you're that petty. You're that petty. You guys would have also been singing. Right?
You know, that's what's been killing me, bro. Every time they tell Arteta about that, like, he gets touched, as in, like, the fans have lost so much faith in him. Like, you can see, because I've seen some of the times. He's like, bro, like, they're like, and he's just, you can see he's like hurt. How do you answer that? He's just like,
but you get what I'm saying? So, like, you know, they won. It's City doing what City things do. But you guys have known since Pep has joined the Premier League, like, his football has not, to me, been entertaining. Sharp, it's a winning formula. I can't fight against winning formulas, man. But as I said, I watched that game and I'm like, you know what to expect. You know. I don't know why there's no managers that haven't figured out, okay, here's what we need to do, because it's system play to him, pressing high up front, close the spaces down. It's one of those things of what we're going to do to counteract Pep so that he can be on the back foot. And no manager's been brave enough to say, okay, fine, I need to get a player who, like, what you call this, like Cazorla back in the day, where you couldn't get the ball off him. Because as soon as you beat that press, Man City's wide open. And then Sharp, they got pace in Kyle Walker and stuff, but it's an aging Kyle Walker.
In fairness, that's why he's lost a lot to Oli.
See, there as well. Because, you know, flip, I didn't give credit to Oli. Like, I have to give him, because it's one of those things of where, if you can beat that press of Man City is wide open, and you just need a player who can carry the ball. When they press him, he's press resistant. That's all it takes. Yeah.
He's saying just.
I'm just saying. You know what's the thing, man?
That's a big just.
Like, wake up tomorrow and beat them. Like.
But you know why I say that? It's because every manager wants the type of player who's everything, who's fast. What? The players who are press resistant are not fast. They not the most athletic. They just know how to keep a ball. And then move it along. Like, that's what you should be looking at. But every manager wants the same type of player, because now we all have the same type of players. We're going to end up watching NBA games, dog, where it gets boring.
Yeah, fair point. All right. We've still got a couple of games to review, but I think let's just take a break for a bit and gather ourselves up. I can see Uncle Curtis's drink is looking empty there, so I wouldn't be a real G if I didn't give him time to refill up.
Real G's move in silence, like lasagna.
Cognac. Yeah, man. But thanks, guys, for watching. And then please keep watching. Catch up with part 2, and also if you're listening on Spotify and Anchor, just keep listening, and we'll be back before you know it. But cheers, guys. Thanks.